And we are back. It's your boy Big Bird. Y'all know what it is. Welcome to Act Stupid. Let's get after it. But before we do, let's get into a rap break. Somebody give me a beat. What up, what up? It's your boy Big Vern coming to you live from the Absolute Studios, and we pushing a new rap album this month. Razzcazz, Leopards Eat Face, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is going to be Leopards Eat Face, Hit List, I Got That with Inspector Det and Coastal Contra. Oh my goodness. Contraband, 42, where the Fushnikins at is hard, extra hard. Homie, don't be playing. Miss Me Yet? Scar Tissue is wild. Scar Tissue is my song. Fun and games. Clap cheeks. Flavor Flav dance is wild too. Yo, Razzcazz, Leopards Eat Face, in stores now. Yo, shout out to Razzcazz getting it done. Make sure y'all go ahead and check it out. We thought the project was dope. Leopards Eat Face. Also, if you're new here, it's what we do here. Smash the like and subscribe button. It goes a long way. Helps the channel. We appreciate it. And if you're really feeling froggy, share the content. Yeah. So, from the world of the National Football League, we pivot. We go right back to college football. And Chris Partridge is suing the University of Michigan and the Board of Trustees and Ward Emmanuel for them allegedly putting him in connection with Connor Stallions and what they call advanced scouting, sign stealing, or whatever you want to name it. He's actually bringing lawsuits against them. Now, his only involvement is telling a player who was nervous he was going to be interviewed by the NCAA was to get an attorney. I think that's sound advice for anybody who's going to talk to a governing body that has dominion over the way that these kids can actually make money, support themselves, and do something that they love. So that's not a stretch too far. That's not a stretch too far. But does he have a case? Does Chris Partridge have a case? To add more insult to injury, the NCAA Committee on Infractions, they exonerated him. They exonerated Partridge, and they concluded that the case and the record with him doesn't demonstrate that these violations occurred with him being a key figure in the investigation. Now, that was released in 2023. So you made a hasty move and fired a guy because you had this firestorm. And make no mistake, Jim Harbaugh was running a cesspool. Michigan was the most corrupt place in college football as far as I'm concerned. Not only did you have him and his ridiculousness impeding an investigation, telling people don't testify, he was suspended by the NCAA, and he was also suspended by the Big Ten Conference. We're not going to go ahead and overlook that. Connor Stallions and him stealing signs and everything like that, that was pretty much way overboard, even to the point where he was wearing disguises and he was on other team sidelines looking at Michigan State. This is all documented. Nothing I am telling you isn't documented. Sharon Moore, him and his repeated recruitment violations in the C-19 era. Also, Jim Harbaugh was doing that in the C-19 era. You had Matt Weiss, the scumbag in chief. That guy was actually downloading women's information on a computer server on their phones and then stalking them. Just real dirtbag behavior. All of this went on while Jim Harbaugh was at Michigan. And even up until his team on the ground, they try to negotiate immunity to be shielded from show cause so he could stay at Michigan. Once that didn't become an option, Jim Harbaugh actually fled to the NFL. He fled to the NFL and pretty much he took the Charger job. He didn't want that job. He just took it because he could no longer stay at Michigan. We talked about that. But In all of the ridiculous melee, you have Chris Partridge here, who was caught up in everybody else's drama. And for people who are innocent and they get more punishment than the perpetrators, that can't stand. That can't stand. And so he's got a lawsuit coming up. Now, the committee also released damning information citing that because of the immense pressure that Michigan AD Ward Emmanuel was under fire to go ahead and get rid of Partridge. Now, he made a decision hasty and quickly, and that's the case. Who's pressuring Ward Emmanuel to do these things? Who's pressuring him to get rid of an assistant coach who wasn't doing anything wrong? Now, Partridge, he remained optimistic that the truth will prevail. He was right with the NCAA committee's findings. He thinks that it's going to pay him dividends again. I don't know who's to blame in this situation. Well, I do know. I mean, Ward Emmanuel, he jumped the gun and he fired a guy who didn't do anything wrong. And now this guy is just like, you ruined my reputation, because wherever I go, people are always going to have me in connection with the criminality. Well, it wasn't criminal, but just being underhanded and being less than upfront. And that's not a way for anybody that they want to live. He's a good coach. He was a damn good confidant, because if that was my son and someone was saying, hey, look, the NCAA wants to investigate you, and I wasn't able to reach my son, and I had a coach tell my kid, hey, look, call your dad and get an attorney. You don't want to go talk to these people without an attorney present. That's solid advice. That's solid advice. I don't care who you are. I don't care what race of people you are. When this man is telling you to go get you an attorney, and you better go get them before you go in front of these folks, then he's done his job. He's worth his weight in gold. However, Michigan, it's always something with them. It's always something with them. From this whole Sharon Moore thing, now you have Partridge out here, and I'm sure there's a laundry list of people who are going to come out of the woodworks and who had nothing to do with this, and Michigan decided to clean house. And for all that they done, you all pulled the Fab Five banners down out of the Raptors, but you refuse to pull a Michigan football championship. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Anyway, get in the comments. Yeah, it's your boy Big Vern. Y'all know the drill. Get in the comments whether you agree or disagree. Let me know what's going down. It's your boy Big Vern. We'll be back.